It's largely disassembled now. We'll be done disassembling it next week. And, it's going to be stored in a few tractor trailers and a lot in South Jersey until it's sold. So it could be an ex-urban house or an urban house with proper separation between units. And you can see it here as erected at moments. 5 stories, a garage underneath, a stair that runs all the way up the back. The first floor is a living, dining, kitchen area. There are 2 bedrooms, each with a bathroom, and closet, and laundry areas above that. And then at the top of the house, a roof deck. So it too, like Loblolly House, is about 1,800 square feet, but this is over 5 stories. It uses the same Bosch framing that Loblolly House uses as its scaffold system. Very light house, very low mass house. You can get a sense of the lightness of it from this drawing. It is developed not to be constructed, but to be assembled. All of the components in it are fabricated off-site, and they are assembled on-site. So it's developed from integrated component assemblies for site assembly only. A lot of custom connection systems were developed to interconnect these chunks or modules. And the house was basically, in this case, in order to put it up in only 13 days, we had to develop the house largely in chunks, which I'll show you in just a moment, with systems that allowed these chunks to clip together, be interconnected, and then unclip and be lifted and separated. So you can see the effort here to really develop a quilted system, again using a parametric model to manage the whole process. You can see the fabrication system in Coleman Building Corporation's plant in Lebanon, New Jersey. The chunks were largely tabletops, in essence, so we didn't have to double up on floor and ceilings. We were using floors as ceilings. So it's a series of tabletops, 14 of them, that have elements like the bathroom and the image below placed on them in the factory. And that's an already complete bathroom fabricated in the UK. It's an act of, not of design on our part, but of selection. The bathroom was designed by the architect Michael Hopkins for dormitories at Rice University. We just got 2 of them put into Loblolly House. You can see them being placed in Loblolly House here. You can see an off-site fabricated all-plastic structural stair being fabricated in a shop in Baltimore in 5 chunks. And you can see the house going together, largely with a couple of lulls and a crane, all hand-bolted together then after the pieces were lifted together. And this is it going up. Basically, the fabrication tactic was to put a table on or a stair on the back, a table on the front, and then span in between the two with a panel or a platform. So you can see a back element going up, a front active wall element going up, end of day 1, so you can see we're covering this over at that point. And then you can see a couple of problems here with one of these bathroom modules. There was one dimensional error in a single member that caused this problem that we ultimately corrected. And so you can see a bathroom on that platform going in, another section of stair at level 3 going in. All these systems have their side walls already intact in place. Another panel between the front and back modules. 4th level of stair being lifted in. Front element being lifted in. And then lastly, the substructure is a frame lifted in for the roof deck, the stair up through to the roof deck, and the housing over it going on. The guardrail at the front of the roof deck, and a roofing system to shed water off the building going in, and over the top of that a canopy. And then the remainder of the house that wasn't already clad with the modules, where the floor panels were used in the middle, was site clad using the same panelized system throughout. You can see these panels basically be clipped into the Bosch frame. And basically this represents largely most of this about 6 weeks or 6 days worth of work. This was basically the first week. And we had to spend about another week and